This is Paul Guide and Jesse Mullins at New York Comic Con 2016 with John Jackson Miller, author of the trilogy Star Trek Prey.
Star Trek Prey, that's correct. Star Trek Prey is a trilogy releasing monthly. First book came out in September. Second book we actually just released here. Third book is out for Thanksgiving. And yes, this is a trilogy that spans from the original series all the way through to the next generation, the current novels that we're doing. What I wanted to do was a political thriller which sort of really looks at the Federation alliance with the Klingon Empire from back in the day. We actually start right after the events of Star Trek III, The Search for Spock.
Oh, wow.
And we follow what happened to the heirs of Commander Krug.
I was going to say.
Who, of course, was played by Christopher Lloyd. He was the "Give me Genesis" guy. Yeah. And that's the only voice I do. But we find that there is a struggle for control of his house after that. There are winners and there are losers, and they both go on to plague Captain Picard and his group of people in the 24th century. And so it's absolute lot of fun, and being able to write them so that they released sequentially has been great, and the response to the book so far has been fantastic.
And how did you start writing for the canon? Like, how did you get to? You are now expanding this universe. How did that happen?
Well, I worked in the comics industry for about 15 years as a journalist. I still run a website called Comicron, which is the largest database of comic book sales figures in the world. And so I continue to keep that up monthly. But for the last 10, 15 years, I've been writing freelance and full-time for the last 10 years. I've written for Marvel. I've written a lot for Star Wars. I have written several novels for Star Wars. Star Wars Kenobi is one of the probably most famous ones. Wrote the novel that sort of not restarted, but it was the first novel in the Lucasfilm Story Group era of novels called A New Dawn. At the same time, I had talked with the Star Trek folks, and I wrote my first full-length novel last year called Takedown, and they approached me again, asked if I was interested in writing a novel. I said, I have a great idea, but it's so big, I need 3 books. And they were able to not just give me 3 books in a row, but in the 50th anniversary, but the books actually take place over 3 months of continuity in the storyline, in the novel timeline. So they're technically coming out in real time.
Yeah.
It's 3 months in 2016, but it's also 3 months in 2386.
I like that.
If someone calls up and says, "Okay, John Jackson Miller, we can't think of one title. What do you want to call episode 8? Go."
Lando Saves the Day.
Yes.
Because again, Lando is in that con artist with style kind of thing.
You love a con
Shouldn't
artist.
ask me about Lando. I mean, Billy D, come on.
So you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars Episode 8, Lando Saves the Day.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Hold that one up again.
Thanks for watching Tofu Bandit Media. Be sure to click subscribe to stay tuned for more.